Stop everything. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck just showed up on the same red carpet together, and the internet is collectively losing its mind trying to figure out what this means. We're talking about a surprise reunion at the New York City premiere of Kiss of the Spider-Woman that nobody saw coming, complete with photos of them actually talking to each other like civilized adults instead of avoiding eye contact like most exes do at parties. These two have given us more plot twists than a Netflix series, and just when we thought we had their relationship status figured out, they pull this move that has everyone asking, are they back together? Are they just being professional, or is this the most expensive co-parenting arrangement in Hollywood history? The chemistry, the fashion, the carefully orchestrated public appearance, it's all here, and we're about to break down every single moment of this reunion that's got more layers than J.Lo's sculptural gown. If you're ready to decode what really went down on that red carpet and what it means for Hollywood's most confusing on-again, off-again couple, then buckle up because this is about to get wild. But first, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell because Celebrity Treadmill brings you the hottest celebrity tea before it even finishes brewing. Let's talk about context first because this reunion didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened at the New York City premiere of Kiss of the Spider-Woman. And here's where things get professionally tangled in the most Hollywood way possible. Jennifer Lopez isn't just showing up to support a random movie. She's one of the film's executive producers. And Ben Affleck? He didn't just wander onto the red carpet by accident. His production company, Artists Equity, which he co-founded with his bestie Matt Damon, co-produced this entire film. So basically, these two are business partners on this project, whether they like it or not, which means they can't exactly ghost each other even if their personal relationship is messier than a teenager's bedroom. This is what happens when you mix business with pleasure, and then the pleasure part implodes, but you're still stuck with the business part. It's awkward, it's complicated, and it makes for absolutely incredible entertainment for those of us watching from the outside. The surprise element of Ben's appearance is what really sent everyone into a tailspin. Nobody expected him to show up. When you're the executive producer of a film, yeah, you show up to premiere, that's your job. But when you're the ex-husband who co-produced it, that's optional. Ben could have easily sent a nice statement, stayed home, and let J.Lo have her moment. But no, this man walked that red carpet, and not only did he walk it, he posed with Jennifer Lopez. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. They posed together for photos, on purpose. This isn't one of those situations where photographers caught them in the same frame by accident. This was intentional, coordinated, and absolutely calculated to send a message. The question is, what message exactly? Now, before we spiral into relationship speculation, because trust me, we're going there, let's talk about what we actually witnessed at this premiere. The photos that emerged show Ben and J.Lo chatting with each other on the carpet, like they're actual human beings who can have conversations. Not awkward small talk, not forced pleasantries for the cameras, but what appears to be genuine interaction. Body language experts are probably having a field day analyzing every gesture, every smile, every moment of eye contact. Are they leaning toward each other? Is there lingering tension? Are they just being professional colleagues? The internet has theories, and those theories range from they're totally getting back together to this is just two adults being mature about their business relationship to this is all an elaborate PR stunt. Welcome to Celebrity Watching in 2025, where nothing is simple and everything is conspiracy theory. Ben, who's 53 and presumably old enough to handle awkward social situations with some grace, also spoke to the press about the film. Not about Jennifer, not about their relationship, about the actual movie they made together, which is either refreshingly professional or frustratingly evasive, depending on what you were hoping to hear. The man stayed on message, talked about the project, and gave reporters absolutely nothing to work with in terms of personal drama. That's either really good PR training or the behavior of someone who's learned that every word he says about Jennifer Lopez gets dissected by millions of people and turned into headlines. Probably both, honestly. But let's talk about the real star of this premiere for a second, Jennifer Lopez's outfit. Because when J.Lo shows up anywhere, but especially when she's showing up to an event where her ex-husband will be present, you better believe she's going to serve. She wore a sculptural gown from Harris Reed's Spring 2026 collection, and just pause on that for a second. Spring 2026. We're living in October 2025, and she's already wearing next year's spring collection because that's the level of fashion access you get when you're Jennifer Lopez. This dress wasn't just clothing. It was a statement, a work of art, and probably a tactical choice designed to make absolutely certain that every photo from that premiere would be breathtaking. When you're potentially going to be in photos with your ex, you don't show up in jeans and a t-shirt. You show up looking like a goddess who's doing absolutely fine. Thank you very much. The sculptural nature of the gown is also worth discussing because Harris Reed is known for dramatic, avant-garde designs that push boundaries. This wasn't a safe little black dress. This was fashion as armor, as art, as a declaration of confidence and independence. J.Lo was telling a story with that outfit, and the story was, I'm thriving, I'm creative, I'm at the top of my game, and I look incredible doing it. That's the energy you want when you're walking a red carpet with your ex-husband. You want to look so good that he questions every life decision that led to you two not being together anymore. It's petty, it's strategic, and it's absolutely genius. Now, here's where things get emotionally complex in a way that's both touching and slightly uncomfortable. Ahead of the film screening, Jennifer Lopez introduced the movie and took a moment to publicly thank her ex-husband. She said, "Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here." And while we don't have a complete quote, the fact that she acknowledged Ben in her remarks is significant. This is not the behavior of someone who's bitter, angry, or trying to pretend her ex doesn't exist. This is a behavior of someone who's choosing grace and professionalism over pettiness. It's also the behavior of someone who understands that their professional reputation and the success of this film matter more than personal drama. Or maybe it's a behavior of someone who still has feelings and wants to maintain a connection. Or maybe it's all of the above because humans are complicated and relationships don't fit into neat little boxes. The public thank you is doing so much work in this narrative. It's showing the world that they can work together, that their split wasn't so toxic that they can't be in the same room, that they respect each other as creative collaborators even if a romantic relationship didn't work out. It's rehabilitating both of their images from messy Hollywood divorce to mature adults who can coexist professionally. It's also potentially leaving the door open for reconciliation by showing that there's no bad blood. Every word, every gesture in an event like this is strategic, whether we want to believe it or not. And J.Lo thanking Ben publicly was a choice with multiple possible interpretations and outcomes. Let's zoom out and talk about what this entire situation represents in the context of their relationship timeline, because it's been a journey. Ben and Jennifer were one of the original celebrity super couples in the early 2000s. Bennifer 1.0 was everywhere. Magazine covers, tabloid gossip, that music video where Ben showed up. They were engaged, they were in love, and then they dramatically called it off and went their separate ways. They both married other people, had kids, built entirely separate lives. Then, in a plot twist nobody saw coming, they rekindled their romance years later, got married, and gave us Bennifer 2.0. The internet was thrilled. Love wins. Second chances. Happily ever after. Except then that didn't work out either. And they split up again. So now we're in this weird post-Bennifer 2.0 phase where they're technically divorced, but still have professional obligations to each other, and apparently can show up to events together without it turning into a disaster. The production company connection makes everything more complicated because artist equity isn't just some side project for Ben and Matt Damon. It's a serious production company that's making real movies with real budgets and real stars. When Ben co-produced Kiss of the Spider-Woman, with J.Lo as an executive producer, they presumably had meetings, creative discussions, budget conversations, all the nuts and bolts of filmmaking. They had to work together in ways that required actual communication and collaboration. You can't make a movie with someone while completely cutting them out of your life. So even if their romantic relationship was falling apart, they had professional reasons to stay connected, to stay civil, to figure out how to be in each other's orbit without it becoming toxic. Thanks for watching Celebrity Treadmill. If you want more celebrity tea and analysis, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video.